Today, I'm going to show you the best setups for Cypher on the map Pearl in Valorant. In this video, we'll cover the best camera, cage, and tripwire placements. With that said, let's get started with the tutorial. So first, you'll want to jump up onto this box in the middle of A site. Then, place your camera above this railing. Now, you can view deep into A main by this gap as seen here. Plus, if the opposing team pushes out of A main, you can tag them over in this cubby if they go in plant, backside cubby, and this area near A-link and flowers. The next camera is placed on top of this roof here. To do this, go to the edge of the box and jump click the camera. When you go in the camera, you can see main, the area outside of A-link, and A-site cubby. The third camera is similar to the first one. Walk to the edge of the box, face the left side of the railing, then place your cam. You'll be able to see backside cubby, A-site cubby, the outside of main, if they go to plant, and the area near flowers and backside. For the first camera in mid, stand on this line against the wall. Then place your camera on the side of the broken wall. From this perspective, you can get an aggressive camera placement that lets you know if enemies are coming A. So you can see if they're walking towards A, and if they're back near their spawn and coming towards A. Another great thing about this camera is it's hard to notice from attacker spawn, due to this tree covering it. For camera 2, stand behind this box, and jump click your camera on the side of this broken wall. By doing this, you can hear if enemies are coming towards A, and see if they're going through main. And for camera 3, stand at the top of the A-link stairs, and jump place your camera on this lamp here. You'll be able to view the attacking side coming into art, connector, and when they exit A-link. For the first camera on B site, stand outside of tower and jump place your camera like so. From this perspective, you'll be able to see and hear if enemies come towards B site from both sides of ramp to B main. And for camera 2, you can jump place the camera on this wall. And by doing this, you have an ultimate view of the entry towards B site, if enemies went behind screens, if they went to plant, and if enemies went from mid to B site. For the last camera on B site, walk up to this patio, and place your camera in this bush. As you can see, the view of this camera shows if enemies walked up to site and screens from main. To set up the first cage on A site, stand under this window and throw your cage on the top rim. To effectively use this cage, you would walk to A main after planting the spike in this corner. Once enemies tap, you can use this one way and shoot them. For cage number 2, stand in the middle of the right side of A main stairs, and throw your cage into this planter. Now to use this cage, walk towards backside, and activate it when enemies are on the right side of main. In setting up cage number 1 in mid, stand in front of this corner and throw your cage on the top of this wooden ledge. Now if you hear enemies coming from mid, you can shoot through this one way. For cage number 2, head back up the stairs, and stand on the second corner tile. Now throw your cage on the top of this stone ledge. By activating this cage, it gives you a one-way that you can use if you want to have a more aggressive one-way that prevents giving up art. The first cage on B site is placed by walking around this corner and throwing the cage onto this metal ledge. Now if you walk back site and activate the cage, you can use this easy one-way to shoot at the entry on B ramp. For setting up cage 2, walk to the exit of B link and throw your cage on top of this metal ledge. Once you walk back side, you can activate the cage and use this one-way for any attackers coming from a mid-sided push. For cage placements for the attacker side, stand in this corner near the outside of B link and aim where the ceiling panels line up here. Throw your cage and it should land right in the center of tunnel. Now you can activate it and safely plant the spike without any worry of tunnel. For the last cage for the attacker's side on B side, stand in the same corner, aim your crosshair up at this top right corner, and jump throw the cage. After that, you can
Cage
activate
triggered.
it, and this will block the defending side
Here.
from peeking tower
Here.
as they go up the ramp. And so you can use this to plant as well. For the first tripwire on A site, place the tripwire on the wall so it hits the floor. So when enemies try to get on site, they'll get caught
Here.
and you can peek from back site cubby, flowers, and site cubby. For the second trip, go over to this cafe and place your tripwire on the side so it extends to the dugout wall. So when enemies try to go and plant, they'll get caught, and once they are, you can peek from out of dugout and flowers. The first mid-trip is placed on this bottom stair, which attaches to the wall across. So enemies will get caught on this, and you can peek from mid-connector and over here in A-link.
Here.
Another tripwire that prevents a mid-push is by placing the tripwire on the side of this stone beam, like so. And a final tripwire that covers mid-doors is placed on the stone beam on the wall, which then extends across the door. For the first tripwire on B site, place the tripwire on the angle of this door so it extends onto screens. This blocks the main push onto site. Another tripwire can be placed on the angle of screens, which extends onto the wall. And this prevents a push into backside.
Here.
Additionally, you can place a tripwire on this metal box on site, which extends onto the wall to block a B-link push. So once enemies are caught, you can shoot from backside, screens, and tower.
Here.
And those are the best setups for Cypher on the map Pearl. Thanks so much for watching, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and let me know what setup was your favorite. I'll see you guys in the next one.